Hi Scorpio, this is your June 2nd through the 8th weekly tarot reading. We'll have 5 separate spreads in this weekly reading. In the first spread, we'll be looking at new love entering your life. Spread number 2 is for those of you who are already in a relationship or married. In the third spread, we'll see if anybody wants to get back together with you. Spread number 4 will be about your work, your business, and your finances. And the 5th spread will be what you're not expecting to happen this week. Please like, comment, and subscribe to support this channel. This first spread is a new love this week, Scorpio. We have the King of Wands clarified by the Sun. We have the Two of Cups. Then we have the Two of Wands clarified by the Ace of Wands. In the potential outcome, we have the Six of Swords with the Ten of Cups and the Four of Wands. And we also have the Fool on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Looks good. I was a little surprised to see that Two of Wands in the middle, clarified by the Ace of Wands, right? Because I see you guys getting on the same page right away. So perhaps with the Two of Wands, you're making arrangements. But, I remembered this song. I'm not going to sing. I'll just tell you the words. Don't worry. Now that we found love, what are we going to do with it? That's what it kind of reminded me of. Right? But yeah, and it kind of looks like with the Two of Wands, you're not going to, find anything better to do than to simply move towards a commitment, or maybe you'll go somewhere, right? We'll get to that in just a second. This reading starts with a court card, this King of Wands. I personally love it when court cards show up right away, right? So that's the person. So they're most likely a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or somebody with some major fire placements in their chart, all right? The Sun, by the way, clarifying the King of Wands, is a Leo major arcana card. So keep that in mind. Leo is a fire sign. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Fool. The Fool is an Aries major arcana card. Aries is also a fire sign. But at the same time, the Sun is a card of clarity, 100% clarity. And it's also the happiest card in the deck, right? So I think this King of Wands will be like extremely happy that they've met you, right? And I think they're going to be crystal clear what you mean to them and where they want to take you, right? What they want to do and things like that. Right next to that King of Wands, we have the Two of Cups, right? And it is a soulmate card. It is a card of when two people are on the same page. It is a card of when two people in love, feeling the same way, right? So I think there's going to be like a deep, clear understanding between the two of you. This person, this King of Wands, will be crystal clear about this right away, and maybe you will also be clear about it right away with the Two of Cups. But again, now we're on to the Two of Wands. It kind of feels like arrangements, some kind of arrangements, like where do we want to go, where do we want to live together, right? Things like that. It's not, nobody's questioning your connection. It's just, again, just practical things, like again, where do we want to live, or how do we want to arrange all of this, I guess, because you'll have maybe a couple of options. The Ace of Wands clarifying it is one of the options. You see how the person in the Two of Wands, I know it's partially blocked, they're standing in between two wands, right? And they're holding one of those wands in their hands. And if you take a closer look at the Ace of Wands, that's exactly what we see in the Ace of Wands. A hand holding onto a wand, right? Very symbolic. In the potential outcome, we have the Six of Swords with the Ten of Cups and the Four of Wands. The Six of Swords, it is a card of sometimes of literally going somewhere or moving on, right? Or moving in general. But it's also a card of improvement. With the Six of Swords, things usually get better. It's a card of a rough patch being over, moving out of choppy waters towards calmer waters. I think your life will get better in general with this person showing up in your life. And what's interesting is that we have the Ten of Cups and the Four of Wands in there as well. 2 marriage cards. Maybe you're going to go to a wedding, or maybe that's your wedding you're going to be going to, or maybe you'll decide to move in together, or perhaps even relocate, all right, and move in. But yeah, those 2 cards, the Ten of Cups and the Four of Wands, are marriage cards. The Ten of Cups is often referred to as the happily ever after card. It's a family card. And the Four of Wands is often referred to as the 1111 card, right? And to me personally, the Four of Wands always reminds me of an actual wedding. So yeah, it's a good reading. The only thing is that Two of Wands, right? But I don't think anybody's like having doubts. It's just practicality or something like that. That's how it feels. All right, Scorpio, really happy for you. Congratulations. If you are already in a relationship or married, Scorpio, this spread is for you. We have the Ten of Cups, the Three of Cups, the Sun, and the Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So I don't know who this Queen of Swords is to you, Scorpio. If this person is a Gemini, it's their birthday. Okay? It's their birthday, and you guys are having the best time ever. Right? Because if we don't take the Queen of Swords into the account, then the three cards that we have on the table is just a massive celebration. Awesome, amazing, best party ever celebration. Okay? The Sun showed up here, right? In the first spread, I think we had the Sun, right? In the very beginning. The Sun showed up again. The Sun loves you. It's the happiest card in the deck, right? And the Three of Cups in the middle is a celebration. And the Ten of Cups also showed up. But I think in this case, since this is for couples, then this Queen of Swords is probably associated with your family in some way, right? Because the Ten of Cups is a family card. So maybe this is your significant other, maybe a sibling, maybe a friend, but and you may consider this person family if they're a friend. It could be somebody who is in your family, all right? Because again, it's one of the happiest readings ever, right? Those three cards showed up. And if we put them all together, it's like extreme happiness. All right, cool. Let's see if anybody comes back from the past for you, Scorpio, this week. Keep in mind, it doesn't have to be the most recent decks. We have the Eight of Cups, the Page of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Seven of Cups on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with any zodiac sign. We do mostly have water, however, and one pentacle. You know what it looks like? It's like they're gonna come back, they're gonna knock on your door, but nobody's gonna answer. You know, no one's there. Or perhaps you've got other things, and this person is definitely not a priority. Perhaps you're busy, and you may reply and tell them, let me get back to you. And they're just going to sit there waiting. Not in front of your door. Not in front of your door. But yeah, the Eight of Cups, the first card that came out, whenever this card shows up in the very beginning, I usually read it as like a Eight of Cups in reverse. Even though I don't read reversals, but I know what they mean. Right? So when this card shows up in the beginning, I often refer to it as in the reverse. So they're coming back to you, or perhaps they left you at some point in the past, and now they're realizing that grass wasn't actually greener on the other side, right? So the Page of Cups, this is them coming back with an apology. But again, with the Seven of Pentacles right next to it, it is a card of waiting. And I think this is them waiting for you to free up or to answer the door, right? But yeah, it's like this person is not really significant. Perhaps you moved on and you've got other things, you've got other people, you've got other things to take care of, you've got errands to run, you're booked over the next couple of weeks for other things. And you're definitely not considering this person important or a priority, right? All right, so that's what it kind of feels like. All right, cool. Let's talk about your work, your business, and your finances, Scorpio. This week we have the Five of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, clarified by the Five of Pentacles and the Two of Cups, and we also have the Magician on the bottom of the deck. I clarified that Page of Swords twice because I wanted to make sure I understand it correctly. So I think I know what's going on. The prerequisite for this reading, for this to play out, I'm just being honest with you, Scorpio. The prerequisite, if at some point in the past you either were fired or you had to quit the job, you were forced out of the job, or something like that. Okay, I'm not predicting anybody getting fired this week, but again, this is a prerequisite. If this is if this was what happened in the past, because that's what the Five of Swords is. Right? It is a card of like an ugly fight, conflict, separating, going your separate ways, quitting, getting fired, right? And it was not pretty. The Three of Pentacles in the middle, you've probably already moved on, right? Because that's what the Three of Pentacles is. It is a card of somebody who is actively participating in something, collaborating, working on something, that type of deal. So here comes that Page of Swords, which I clarified twice. The Page of Swords is most likely a message coming in from that previous employment or that previous business partner. That Five of Swords in the beginning, that's whom that message is from. And what's going to be in that message is that they made a huge mistake, or maybe something like, after you left, everything fell apart, That's what the Five of Pentacles is. They miss you. They miss you. All right? Or they're suffering. And the Two of Cups is what they want. So basically, they want to reconnect with you, right? Because the Two of Cups is a handshake card. All right? And so they may ask you to, if you would be interested to come back because you're right all along, or again, everything is falling apart. I don't know what you're going to do, Scorpio. But that's what this reading is about. The Magician on the bottom of the deck, it could be you, you know, because when it comes to work, business, and finances, the Magician is a card of somebody who is really good at what they do. All right? It's a card of somebody who's like a very creative individual, miracle worker, and things like that. All right? Cool. Let's see what you're not expecting to happen, Scorpio, this week. We have the Page of Cups, clarified by the Chariot. We have the Empress, the King of Swords, and the Hangman on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We also have Taurus, Cancer, and Pisces. This could be directly or indirectly related to you, Scorpio, right? You're dealing with this King of Swords, or perhaps the Empress is dealing with this King of Swords. All right, but the King of Swords is probably an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. The Empress in the middle, that could be you, if it is directly related to you. Or it could be another person, right? Another person, maybe it's a mother figure, right? The King of Swords could be a sibling, because the Empress is a mother figure, all right? Or grandma figure, or wife figure, spouse figure, you know, someone like that. The Empress is a very caring individual, right? Or the Empress is, if we forget about people for a sec, the Empress as an energy, you know, it is a very nurturing energy. It's abundance in any form. The Page of Cups, the first card that came out, it could be a child. So if it is indirectly related to you, you may find out that those two are about to have a kid, right? Or if you're the Empress, then maybe you will find out that you're expecting, all right? Depending on who this King of Swords is to you. I could simply be connecting with another group of Scorpios, right? Perhaps for some of you, the first spread will play out. For others of you, will second, the third, you know, and maybe this is just for another group of Scorpios, all right? So maybe you're dealing with this King of Swords and you're the Empress. The Page of Cups could be a child, or the Page of Cups could be like an invitation, right? The Chariot, clarifying it, could be a Cancer you're dealing with. But the Chariot is a card of a vehicle, it's a card of transportation, or literally going somewhere. All right, so this could just simply be an invitation. Okay, and the Hangman on the bottom of the deck could be a Pisces you're dealing with. The Hangman is a card of stagnation or a light bulb moment. All right, so yeah, looks good, and that's what you're not expecting. Alright, Scorpio, so that's what I have for you for this reading, for this week. If this video resonates with you, please like it. Please also comment and subscribe. And other than that, Scorpio, have an amazing week.